Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Heartful of Hallmark. We're so excited to have Miguel joining us today. Thank you for being on here.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much.
And today we're here to talk about his newest film. But first, let's get to know him a little bit on a personal, intellectual, spiritual level.
Oh my God.
Talk about some rom-com. All right.
I'll do my best. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
If you haven't seen any of these, just say so. We've had that go on a couple of times.
Okay, there's a possibility I haven't seen them, so yeah, I'll probably just do it. I'll just say I'll pass.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That'll work.
All right. So Kirsten will kick us off.
Okay.
All right.
So the first ones that we have are 10 Things I Hate About You and Clueless.
10 Things I Hate About You. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. I love
no
that
question, hands down. Yeah.
This one is close to my soul. So
Okay, I'll be careful with that then.
When Harry Met Sally or You've Got Mail.
Oh, this is a tough one. I'm sticking with When Harry Met Sally, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go on.
Oh, yes.
I'm joking. I'm kidding.
That was a tough
go
one.
Either way.
That was a really difficult one. Yeah.
All right.
Say Anything or How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Oh, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. No questions. Yeah. Great. I'm enjoying this. This is a great game.
The Battle of Julia Roberts. Pretty Woman or My Best Friend's Wedding.
Ooh. Tough one as well. I'll stay with Pretty Woman. Yeah.
Woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I would go with too.
Yeah, definitely. She's just the best.
Uh-huh.
I love Julia Roberts. I love her.
Which, by the way, about a half hour ago, I finally saw Notting Hill, Kirsten. I finally watched
What?
I finally watched it.
What?
All this time, it was never on streaming, and I'm like, it's not on Netflix, Hulu, and I didn't want to rent it, so it was on Max, and I went,
No way.
Hey.
My God, you should have told me that before inviting me to this podcast. You know? I should have known that. I feel betrayed now, but at least you watched it before, so now it's okay.
Now it's okay.
My God,
that's right.
Oh my God, it's such a great movie.
I've redeemed the podcast, and I tell you what, that's a new favorite. That's just
absolutely.
It's so
absolutely good. Instant classic. Instant classic. Battle of Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, The Proposal or Just Friends.
The Proposal. Yeah.
Him and Sandra Bullock are so good together.
They're so good. They're just fantastic. He's fantastic as well. I love him. Yeah, everything he does.
You take this one as well, Kirsten, because this one is closer to you.
Oh, Wedding Crashers or
oh man, this is the toughest.
That's the toughest.
That's the toughest. Yeah. I mean,
and there's no wrong answer.
Yeah,
of course, no, there's no wrong answer. Both are great. It's just the thing is, I'd say if we have to stick with rom-com, I'd go more with Crazy Stupid Love.
Okay.
But with comedy, I think I will go hands down Wedding Crashers every single time. I could watch that film every time and I'd laugh out loud. I mean, I just love it. They're great. They're just great. And Bradley Cooper as well. It's just fantastic. What a great film. They just don't do them like that anymore, you know?
No. There's so many iconic lines, and like even though Will Ferrell's part was so small.
Yeah, Will Ferrell. Oh my God. I think I'm gonna watch it tonight. That's exactly what I need.
I will take these next two, and then we go with the toughest one in my mind.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. This is getting interesting.
The Wedding Planner or Made in Manhattan, Jennifer Lopez.
Made in Manhattan. Yeah. Because we already gave Matthew the other one.
Yeah.
So we've got
Yeah.
him now. So now I think we've got him here.
50 First Dates or 13 Going on 30?
Oh, 50 First Dates. Yeah, absolutely. I do love the other one as well because I love Jennifer Garner, but 50 First Dates is just epic. Instant classic as well.
It is.
And Kirsten, this is yours.
Okay.
This is the toughest one.
This is the toughest one.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off or 16 Candles?
We think it's the toughest one.
It is very hard. Yeah, I think 16 Candles. Yeah. And I don't even know why. It's just like, because it's very tough. So I just have to go with one. I don't think that's the toughest one, though. I think the toughest one would be Wedding Crashers and Crazy Stupid Love. That is the toughest one. That's really tough decision.
And there was the This or That movie edition. But depending on how much time we have, we might dive into another round. But we're going to go into the movie that we're here to talk about, To Barcelona Forever.
Yeah.
This movie just premiered this past Saturday on the Hallmark channel. It's streaming on Hallmark Plus. Again, not sponsored. Send it our way. We'll take a little bit of cash.
Anything's welcome, you know.
Anything is welcome in this economy. So how this is going to go is our names will be next to each question so that we don't try and talk over each other.
Okay.
And then we'll go into the fun questions after all the movie talk.
All right. Perfect.
Okay. So with this being your first Hallmark movie, were you nervous or more excited when you found out that you got the role? And were you nervous about the reactions from the fans?
That's a very good question. Well, I think that you're always nervous at the beginning, and the trick is to be able to turn those nerves into actually excitement. Once it was done, I was very excited. The first day, I was very nervous.
Yeah.
Of course, once I got the call that I had the role, I was just ecstatic. You know, it was just pure excitement. I remember very well that the first time I had like a Zoom with Ashley and Ellie, I thought I was never going to get the role because I just did the Zoom and we just talked about life and things in general. And then I remember we hung up and I was like, I'm never going to get this. You know, it's completely out of my league. It's not going to happen. And like 2 weeks after that, they just called me and they said, hey, it's yours. And they said, wow. So I was very excited. Then I was nervous. Then I was excited again. Then I was nervous. Then I was excited again. So that was more or less the way it went. Yeah. But I was not nervous about how the fans were going to take it because I think it was a good movie. And the thing about movies is when you're actually making them, when you're on set, you can feel the energy. You know, there are moments there when you can feel the energy and the love that's being put into the film. And you just know when something's good, when it's gonna land. Like, especially if it's a comedy, it's very difficult to do comedy actually. So once you get these moments when you find like good chemistry and you get along with everyone, you say, okay, I'm not sure if this is gonna make everybody laugh, but at least there's something about this loving energy that I think that is gonna be able to transmit to everyone. So I was very confident about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how what you think about that.
I love the movie. And there were so many little moments that like made us laugh in it that were like out of pocket moments that we just loved.
Yay. That was a target.
There's one where I immediately thought of just my grandma, and I'll admit to that. She's just like that because she doesn't know sports, and I'm like, that's my grandma.
Oh yeah, I know which one. I know which one. That's a good moment. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
And what was your reaction like finding out that Ashley was the leading lady? So did you like know that before?
I mean, I had the first interview with her, like which was like the first callback, so I knew right then that she was going to be the leading lady. And I was impressed. Because I knew her from How I Met Your Mother, of course. So it was very I don't know how to explain it, but it's a very fan moment for me because and I also always think that you cannot be a fan and play the game at the same time. So once I was on set, I had to be like very like forget about her, and just do my thing. But yeah, it was quite a shock actually because it was I mean, How I Met Your Mother was a very important show for me. I loved it. I watched every single season. I remembered her character perfectly. So when I saw her, it was like, no way. This is like literally a dream come true. This doesn't happen, and it was like, whoa, is this real? Yeah, it is real. So is it her? Yeah, she is. So okay, so now we just gotta play. So yeah, that was my reaction at the beginning. It was like, really? Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
What?
And then when you were on set, did you have any funny moments like on or off set with Ashley?
Oh my God, definitely. We got. Yeah, of course. I hope she watches this, but yeah, we had lots of fun moments on and off set, both. I think we had really good chemistry. We get along fine. I'm happy to say that she's a very good friend, and I hope to stay lifelong friends with her. Yeah. I'm thinking. I mean, it's really difficult to choose one because we had lots of fun moments actually, but. For example, there was this moment. I don't know if you saw the live that we did like last week, I think, and she told the story when she was going to go to have dinner with some friends, but she wanted to invite someone because she was really tired because we were shooting like for 14 hours. So then she said to me that, hey, do you want to come along? And I was like, I mean, yeah, plus you're also my boss, so I should say yes, So I'm kind of in between of this very difficult decision. But I'm just wearing like sweatpants and I just like have like a sweatshirt because that's what I bring to set, and then I get changed. So she said, oh, no worries. And she found like this wardrobe thing, and then she put me on some different clothes, took me to a restaurant with people that I hadn't met before. So I was like there, and at the end, she didn't bring her wallet, so I had to pay.
Oh, Ashley.
Yeah. She did pay me back afterwards, but that was a fantastic story because, like, there were moments there during the dinner, which was lovely, by the way, and the restaurant was excellent. It was perfect, and the people were great, and her friends were really nice, and I had a really great time. But there were moments, there were like seconds, when I was thinking, is this real life? I mean, like, what? What am I doing here? Because I'm in Bilbao. I'm the only one who actually speaks Spanish in this table. And what am I doing here with people I don't know, dressed in somebody else's clothes?
Yeah.
It was really weird, but it was really fun. I loved it. I think that's one of the best memories. And also, I have to say, if this counts, last week when we had the live, the moment I connected to the live, we just burst into laughter, and that was one of the best moments. I think I loved it. It was just like 3 minutes of just laughing out loud because that's how it was. I just saw her and I laughed out loud, and she saw me and she laughed out loud. So I think that's great. I love that feeling.
Yeah.
I love you, Ashley. Thank you.
We can't wait to meet her. A connection of mine got me an email in connection with her.
Okay.
So we're gonna get.
You will get there. Yeah, you will.
We're gonna get her. And Allie's agent. Oh my God, she is the sweetest lady on the planet. I love Alison's agent.
I haven't met her, but yeah, that's good to know.
She's so busy, and she normally does these podcast interviews. Yeah. But she's going to film another film soon, and she has to prep for that, stuff like that.
And she's super busy all the time, yeah. And she's premiering a movie like this week, right? As well, yeah. Another one, I think, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's this Sunday. It's the new Hannah Swenson Mystery, which I can't wait to watch. I love all the Hannah Swenson mysteries. Allison is the best. And Barbara, who was just on the podcast earlier last year, she is a gem in this industry. Like, she is the personification of a movie star.
Oh, wow, great.
She's prim, proper, and she tells you how it is, and I love that about her.
That's great. That's fantastic.
So speaking
of
things that usually happen on sets, in movies, they usually wait until the end of the movie to premiere the kiss. Well, in this film, you got about 20 minutes in and you had the first kiss. What was that like reading the script? And when was that scene shot? We've heard it's done on the first day, the second day, or it's just saved for the last day, depending on what the shooting schedule is.
Yeah, that's a good question, because I mean, when I read it, it also surprised me that it was like after the 20th page, it was already there. But and also I had like this little mark on the script. I think the screenwriter Julie wrote this that said like, this is the first or the fastest kiss in Hallmark, probably. There was something like that. That was really fun to read, and that was actually shot the first day of shooting, my first day of shooting.
Wow.
So yeah, that was like yeah, I was nervous that day. I was very nervous. That was like, okay, so now I have, and it was like on this beautiful bridge in Bilbao, which is fantastic. If you remember the scene, and there's like the carnivals going on. So there's lots of people, and it was windy. And that was like, I was just like there. And it was very, very exciting, but I was nervous at the same time. And I was pretty sure I was going to get fired after that, because it's like, I think that's very common between actors. I've been talking to lots of them all the time, and it's always like, yeah, after the first day I thought they were going to just kick me out. And I actually thought about that, because I remember the first time we shot the scene when we were walking on the bridge. I grabbed Ashley's hand, but she had it like in her pocket, so I couldn't grab her properly, so I did like this. So it was very weird, and she just looked at me like dead in the eye and just said like, did you grab my hand correctly, or something like that? And I was like, please do not forget, she was my boss. So I was like, whoa, I'm definitely gonna get fired, But after that, it went great. Yeah, it went great. And I think it was convincing. I think it was a convincing kiss for the first day. It's very difficult to shoot a first kiss on a first day. That's a tough one. But I'm happy with the result. So yeah.
And I love how she can be herself, the actress, and then your boss, all
Absolutely.
at the same time.
I mean, that was a joke I had with her all the time, because whenever she said something, I was like, okay, boss, okay. And she absolutely hated it. but I think it was fun. By the way, she's the best. I mean, both of them are the best. Like, just they're acting, but at the same time they're producing, so their heads like in everything around. So you got to be really good to do that. So they're fantastic. Both Ali and Ashley are just great, fantastic.
I do the same thing with her mom. Every single time that we're on a call, I'm like, yes, boss lady. I never say it's never her name. It's just
never her name. Exactly.
Never.
It's like, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, yeah, yes, boss, yes. I think that my favorite emoji with Ashley was like the little guy that's like this. It's just like this.
Every text.
Have you eaten? Did you sleep right? Yeah, everything's like that.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good night.
And then this leads into one of my favorite lines, was when you said, how do you say never in English? And then she just did. So do you have a favorite line, or were any of them like improvised that you added in that ended up being a favorite line?
I'm thinking about maybe a line that we could have improvised. I have many favorite lines. This one was one of them, absolutely, because this one was in the casting, the audition page that was the scene that we did for the audition. So I love that one. I love the one that's when I meet Erica for the first time, when I meet Ali. Mm-hmm. She says, "So you're Mr. Saffron?" I say, "Oh, I prefer Senor Saffron." I like that one. That's a fun one. And the other one that I like is when I bring her to her house, like to the house for the first time. And it's like, what's the line? It's like, I'm bringing you to the guest room so you can sleep. by yourself, except for the ghosts. I'm joking. I'm very nervous. So I love that scene as well. That was really, really fun. And there was another one. I don't remember which one was it, but I'm pretty sure that we improvised something there that was really funny. But you do come out of nowhere that she says that was improvised, and that was really funny. There was another one. I'll remember it. If I remember it, I'll tell you.
Okay.
All right.
And did you teach Ashley any Spanish while on set, or help her practice any of her lines in Spanish?
Oh, I tried. I did try. I'm not sure if I was successful though, but I tried to teach her a little bit of Spanish. I think her lines were great when she did it. Orujo, that was her favorite word. Orujo, which is like a shot of schnapps, sort of schnapps. So it's like a shot of Orujo. And she always is like, Orujo? Oh my God, that was just hilarious. It was just hilarious. And there was another one that she tried, which was really difficult. Contraseña, I think. What was it? There was a word that was getting on her nerves every time. Because Ali speaks good Spanish, but Ashley was like always like battling with contraseña, or she always said gracias to everyone for everything. Like, hola, buenos días, gracias. And I was like, yeah, that's thank you. That's thank you. It's not like you cannot just put it in every single sentence, but I think orujo was my favorite word pronounced by Ashley, which is like orujo. She did learn a bit. She tried her best. So yeah.
Her and Allie did great with trying it.
Oh yeah.
I took 1 year of Spanish, and my Spanish teacher got so mad at me. We had to do
what's going on. You speak any Spanish at all? Have you practiced it?
Little bit. We had to come up with a scene in Spanish class, and she paired you up with someone you don't know. And this girl knew me. She just didn't like me.
Oh my God. Yeah. Difficult.
So
and much harder in Spanish, because
Yeah.
we can be vicious.
she goes, now you are going to do this right. And if not, I will let you know. And I said, okay. I said, you don't know this, do you? She goes, nope. So she was letting me have it before we even did the scene.
Wow.
And then immediately afterwards, I'm like, watch this. So I turned it into a comedy bit.
Okay.
She was doing the Spanish. I was the bumbling idiot who didn't know much Spanish, and I was fumbling words in the wrong order. And she goes, is that what she did? I said, that's called stand-up comedy. You gotta do improvisation. She says,
well done, yeah.
Not bad. And now we're friends. So I won. I won.
That's great. So now you've got a friend, and you got to practice kind of your Spanish and your stand-up comedy skills. So that's fantastic. Yeah. Congratulations.
Speaking of stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Before we go into this next question, I told Kirsten this right before we got on. My grandma knows nothing about sports.
Okay.
Her favorite sport is professional wrestling. So
okay.
And her way of cheering is yelling at them and calling them dumb idiots.
Oh wow, I love that.
She calls me, why'd he do that? I'm like, Grandma, I'm not there.
Who's his favorite wrestler?
Her favorite wrestler is The Rock and Cody Rhodes.
Oh wow, great. The Rock. Classic as well. Yeah, old school. Yeah, great.
So one time she did this word find book, and I think it's called like a cryptogram. I think, a cryptogram. And you fill in the words. And each letter has a different letter above it. So you kind of have to coordinate it.
Yeah.
And it was baseball terms.
Okay.
She was so confident in this, and I can't believe it fit. He said, look what I did. I said, all right. Home run. All right. Double, triple. Yeah. And she goes, and look at that last one. I know I'm right. She said it was fumble helper. Fumble helper. And I went, fumble helper. She goes, yeah, they hit it. and the guy who catches the ball is the bumble helper. And I went, not quite.
I love the term though. Bumble helper is just beautiful. They should be called like that. I mean, catcher should be bumble helper. I'd love to be a bumble helper, not a catcher. You know, it's way more fancy. It sounds like more fancy, you know.
I got tons of stories. She's the funniest person I've ever met. I love her.
She sounds like very funny. Definitely.
So this brings us to touch goal.
Touch goal. Yeah.
What scene made you laugh the most when you were reading the script or on set?
This one was very funny. I really laughed with this one. While we were shooting, I laughed a lot because Pepe is really funny as well, the guy that plays my dad. And that scene was really, really fun to play. And reading it, I think that which one made me laugh the most when I was reading? I think that the one when I'm coming into the house with her for the first time, when I say like this thing about you're going to sleep by yourself except for the ghosts. I really laughed with that one while reading it because it's really, it was really fun. And I could picture it. I mean, I could picture just how it was going to be, and it was really funny. And I think it came out quite similar to what I had in my head. So that was my favorite one.
Side note, are you a sports fan?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
What type of sports are you into?
Basketball, pretty much. Basketball, soccer, a bit of football, a bit of baseball as well. Pretty much everything. And boxing. I'm a pretty good boxer. I box myself a lot. So yeah, I'm pretty much of a sports fan in general. I mean, I could watch hockey, but I'm not completely into the league, for example. But I could watch it and I enjoy it, and I kind of know how it's played. So I'd say like in general, except for like the very weird and particular sports that obviously exist, but the main ones, I love them all. Yeah. Now are the finals, right? The basketball finals are right now.
Yep.
Finals. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I'm cheering for the Pacers.
Yes, I'm cheering for the Pacers as well.
Yeah, I want the Pacers to win too.
Yes. Always stick with the underdog. Yes.
It can't be any of our teams, so we'll go with the one who's closest to us.
Exactly. Well done. Yeah.
Who is your favorite team in any sport?
Well, in soccer, it would be Real Madrid in Spain.
Okay.
In the NFL, I had my moments when I was a boy. I loved the Miami Dolphins with Dan Marino and everything. Then I had a moment in my life when I liked the Green Bay Packers as well, and also the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is kind of weird, but I like the Steelers. Yeah, I like the Steelers. I was a huge fan of Ben Roethlisberger. I was a huge fan of his, and Plaxico Burress, and I know these guys. Yeah, that was a good team. Basketball, of course, I'm going to stick with the Bulls because it's like I grew up like watching Jordan and Pippen and everything, and Rodman. I love Dennis Rodman, and but nowadays I'd say that. Of course, I love the Lakers because they had Pau Gasol as well. And I'd say I'd stick with the Lakers now, probably. It's just so many things have changed with sports as well, you know, like suddenly the teams are like star-studded everywhere and everything's just different to what it was before. I feel like before they had like really these like franchise players, you know, they'd stick to their teams for 15 years and that was beautiful, you know, like the Spurs and San Antonio Spurs, you had like Ginobili and Tim Duncan, and they were like, these guys were like there forever, you know, and it was the same with the Bulls and everything. So I grew up in kind of that environment, sports environment, and now I think it's different because everything changes. Because I also like the Dallas Mavericks, but then suddenly all of the guys that I like are no longer playing there, and I'm not from Dallas, so it's kind of weird because I sort of cheered for these guys, but they're not there anymore. So Luke is now playing for the Lakers.
Yeah,
and of course I love LeBron when he was in Miami and when he was also in Cleveland, but then now he's in the Lakers, and so everything is like. But I'd stick to the Lakers now.
James and I, we have a hard relationship. I'm in Ohio, so when he left to go to Miami, everybody here was bitter, and they took down his massive mural And then he won us a championship, and we forgave him.
Of course. I mean, he came back. He did his things. He did the right thing. But yeah, I understand.
Again.
I understand, though.
I don't know if we've fully forgiven him yet, but it's okay. Not really, but
I mean, you have to. You had a great team. I mean, there was a moment there where you had Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, LeBron. Oh my God, Cavaliers were fantastic.
We had them all, and this year we choked. we had the best record in the league. We get to the playoffs and we lose by 30. So
that usually happens, when the league goes great, then usually the playoffs are kind of shaky. Yeah. What kind of sports are you into?
I'm a football fan. I'm a basketball fan and a baseball fan, but my favorite is football. I'm a Steelers, and I'm commandeered to the Eagles now.
Okay.
Which I'll pass that off to her.
I'm a huge Eagles fan. So
great. Both great teams. I love them both. Yeah. I like football.
All the Philly teams.
76ers as well for basketball, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Allen Iverson, what a man. Yeah. Epic as well.
All right.
So back to the movie. There's this tension between old traditions and modern love in the film. How did you and Ashley work together to bring that to life on screen?
Well, I think that's a very good question as well. I think that we use that in our favor to make the comedy work, because it was also, it has to be funny because it's like, you're in this modern world, but like stuck in the past, which makes my character to be very awkward. He's very Javier is very awkward in general, because when I tried to do this thing when he's in Bilbao, like the first scenes when I meet her and everything, he's a little bit more confident and he's like more stable. But when he's back home, then suddenly everything is like, whoa, what are you doing here? What's going on? This is not supposed to happen. So I think that's what actually packages the whole comedy, is that he's like stuck in between these two, what he wants and like this modern life and what's really going on, and like this old traditions that he doesn't really know why he has to follow, but he's just following them because he's also a very family man. He loves his family, of course, and he just wants to carry on the family traditions, but of course he has like this modern spirit, and he wants to live and he wants to try adventures and new things, and that's when she comes in. I think that her character, I mean Ashley in general, just represents all of the modern world. She comes from the States and she comes from a big city, and she's like super modern in everything she does, and I'm the complete opposite. So opposites always work in comedy. So that's what we used. I mean, that's what we tried to do. Like, it was very like the tension came from there, So yeah, that's a very good question, actually. Yeah.
And you say in this film that you have a big family. So is that the same in real life for you? And if so, like, does that accurately portray a close family in this culture?
Well, I do have a big family. I have 3 brothers and a sister, and my mom, my dad. But no, they're not traditional at all in that sense. They're very modern. They're very free. Actually, I live in Spain. My family lives in Mexico. My other brother lives in the UK. My other brother lives in Toronto in Canada. And my sister lives in Mexico. So it's like we're all over the place, and we all come from different places. Whenever we gather, it's like, so how's the UK? So how's Canada? So how's Spain? So how's Mexico? So it's a mix. Now it's a cultural mix because I've been away for like 15 years already. And of course we do love each other, and we're tight, and we support each other in everything we do. But we're there are no, I mean, I don't remember any clear family tradition as strict as the Estrellas. We do have our own traditions, as I imagine we all do. But I mean, I could relate to the fact of especially the first scene when the family comes in, which is a huge family, and all of them are coming around. That sort of happens. That sort of happens because we're a lot. And we were when I was a kid, that was definitely it, because we were like 7 of us, moving back to school and back to school and like to basketball practice and back. And then if we went to the movies, it was like the 7 of us. We had like an entire row for just my family. So that that was really fun to sort of revisit during the film. Yeah, that was really fun and nice, and it was heartwarming as well.
And the saffron farm added a unique twist to the movie. Did you learn anything interesting about saffron while filming?
Well, I actually researched the saffron farming process because I had no idea how it was done, to be honest. I knew saffron because I like to cook myself, so I have actually used it for several things. It's a great spice, and it gives you lots of flavor. And of course, everything I say in the movie about saffron is true. So, but I did research the process, and it's a very. I think that also brings in the whole tradition aspect of the film, because it's a very traditional way of farming as well, because they pick it up with their hands, and it's backbreaking work. I have that line in the film, and it is. And if you watch any sort of documentary or research, you can see them like picking it up from the ground. The flowers are really small, so they're like for hours just picking them up with. They have to be very careful. And it's like just millions of flowers, and then they just take out like the stigma, the way we do it in the film, exactly like that. Yeah. So I learned the whole process, which is great. I'm not sure if I would do it ever, but I mean, I would for a day. That's like fun.
Yeah.
And of course, it's a very interesting industry in that sense, because saffron is very expensive.
Yes.
It's a very particular spice. It's of course. Like in the film, it's done like by very particular families and very particular people in different towns in Spain. So yeah, I learned a lot about that process. I remember I watched like this 1 hour documentary. It was not a documentary; it was more like a news program dedicated to saffron, and pretty much everything the film says is accurate. It's just like that, because they pick it up and then they go, and like the women of the family, they're constantly just taking the saffron out and plucking the flowers and everything, and they do it like in this big room with the tables. At least this family, which was like very traditional. So yeah, I learned a lot about that. Yeah.
And Anna's love of food and Javier's deep roots and tradition make for a fun contrast. Were there any memorable food scenes or meals that you got to try on set that you loved?
Yeah, there was this one. The first scene that we have in the restaurant, when we end up eating together, I remember that we had, because of the blocking, we had to do it several times. So we ended up eating like 4 or 5 plates of food, because it was I always eat a lot. That's my issue. Like, and everyone tells me the same thing, and my girlfriend that helps me with the castings is like, okay, this time just remember not to eat that much, because every time I'm just like, I eat a lot, so if I have to do it like for 5 takes, I'm like completely full by the 6th take. I just cannot do it anymore. And I think that we had to choose between a zucchini pasta, which Ashley chose. I think that was it, and I had like crab, so it's like it was this beautiful crab that of course I had to, but it was in the shot, so I couldn't like eat that much or move it a lot, because they didn't have a lot of them. So it was just like I would have to do it like for a bit, but it was delicious. It was great. It was great food. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked good on screen.
yeah. It was great. It was fantastic. Our food department, our art department was great. They were just fantastic. Everyone in the film was fantastic. They were really, really talented people working on this film.
And the small town that you went to has such a romantic and timeless feel to it. How did filming there make you feel more connected to the storyline?
I mean, you mean the small town where I see her, or you mean the house?
I guess
both.
Yeah, both.
I mean, of course, the small town was beautiful, because you could see the sea and the beach and everything, and you have like this beautiful square with the white houses with the scene where I'm playing the guitar and everything. That was just beautiful because it's like really, it's like really cozy. It does feel old.
Yeah.
You know, it does feel like old, but it's cozy and you get to see it. But it was windy, and it wasn't. Even though the sun was out, it was cold. In the morning, it was really cold.
Yeah.
But you did feel that you were in a movie. You know, it was like it was like a Hallmark postcard.
It was.
You know, so it's like, yeah, I know what they're doing here. It's like, yeah, and the house. Oh my God, the house. That was just. It was just very helpful. I mean, the first moment I got to the house, I was like, what is this place? I was absolutely surprised. That was the thing. I needed to make that my house, you know. I couldn't, because everywhere I looked, there was something unbelievable there, you know, like a huge armor from a knight from the 1400s, or then this document that was like from the 1300s as well. And I was like, whoa, look at that. Whoa, look at that. But then I just had to act like that. Yeah, that's my place, you know. So it really helped, because I think everywhere you looked in the house, especially for Ashley's character, was really, really surprising. And it was like, whoa, what is this place? And I think that really helped with the comedy and the romance and everything. So yeah, that was a great location choice. That was fantastic.
Yeah, it was such a gorgeous house. Like, as like the viewer too, like it was interesting seeing all the rooms in the house and how they were different. I thought that was neat.
And you know, everything in the house was from the house. It was not just put there. That was the house, you know. So I was constantly asking, like, was this here or did you bring it? No, it was here. And I was like, wow. I mean, it was just like, if it was made for this film, you know, it was just so accurate for it. It was fantastic.
Had you been to Barcelona before filming, and did you get to do any touring on your day off? If you haven't been there before, I mean.
No, yeah, I have. I have been to Barcelona a couple of times before. Thankfully, it's a great place. If you haven't been there, you should. It's a really great city. You should also visit Madrid. You should visit Bilbao. It's a fantastic city. It's beautiful, the three of them. But yeah, I've been to Barcelona a couple of times before that, and I've done my fair share of sightseeing. Of course, every time I go there, if I'm filming, and if I have any spare time, I always go, and I always try to go to the beach at least, and to just say hello to the sea. Whenever I'm at a place that's by the sea, I always try to go to the sea. And if I'm not able to swim, I just, at least I've been there. You know, I just at least get my feet wet. And if not in Barcelona, I always try to go through there's like this very beautiful walk that I want to do, that I love to do, which is like through Paseo de Gracia, and I go to the beach as well. And I come back to Sagrada Familia, which is astonishing. It's a beautiful building. It's just impressive, and all of the Gaudi's buildings are just really incredible to watch. I mean, you should definitely go see them in person, because it's out of this world. There's nothing like it. Like, literally, there's nothing like it. I haven't seen anything like that church in my life. It's a really mind-blowing experience. So yeah, that would be it's actually one of my favorite spots, I'd say. Yeah.
And I enjoyed the song that you sang at the end of the movie. Are you a musician in real life?
I mean, I wouldn't call myself a musician, because I know lots of musician friends, and I'm definitely not a musician. They're way better than what I do. I do enjoy playing the guitar and singing, and I play a little bit of piano as well. And I do enjoy it. I mean, as a hobby, I love it, but I wouldn't consider myself a professional musician. I mean, I can do it for a role. I can play it, you know, and I can sing, and I can do my best. I enjoyed so much doing that song as well. It was a challenge. It's always a challenge, because you have to. I mean, I had to play in front of all of these people, and they were obviously recording me. So, which is, and it's like, no pressure, but everyone's watching you, you know. And I think there was this moment that right before that, I appeared to be really calm, but actually I was really nervous. And I just breathe in, breathe out, And I said, okay, let's go. And it just started playing, and it came out great the first time. I said, okay, now we got one. After this one, then I could just do whatever I can. So it was great. I loved it. It was a good moment. And I think that was like after that, I was way more relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Once you were done and you knew you could do it.
Yeah, I said like, this is, I say it in Spanish. There's it's otra raya más al tigre, which means like another stripe for the tiger, you know?
This next question is not there's a right answer, but either answer is fine because every other person is either going to completely agree or completely disagree with what you say.
Okay.
Do you officially feel like you are now a hunk of Hallmark?
I mean, I wish. That's I mean, that's a very good thing to feel like, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna go with yes. I'm gonna appear confident. I'm gonna go with a yes. I don't know what you think. No right answers.
Yeah.
Feel free to do.
Yeah, we talked about this before. We're like, if you start out with your first movie with Ashley, like, come on, like.
Yeah, thank you. That's great. That's great. I actually had like the Spanish production gave me this little card, and they always gift you something when you finish shooting, and they gifted me this card, and they had like chocolates and some flowers, and they gifted me this card that said like, congratulations, Miguel, thank you for everything, now you're officially a Hallmark hunk. And I was like, I'm gonna save that, I'm gonna have it on my wall, you know. I love that. That's just, it's just something I never thought that would happen, you know, that it's like, wow.
The last question for this film, and then we'll go into some fun stuff.
Okay, this is very fun as well. So
this one doesn't completely have to do with the movie, but
okay, wow, this sounds interesting. Yeah.
If Javier can visit the U.S. in a Hallmark Christmas movie, what kind of town would he end up in, and would he bring Saffron with him?
Real Saffron.
Real Saffron. I think definitely he would bring Saffron. Like, definitely. That's an absolute yes. And I think he would have to go to like major city. New York, Boston, Los Angeles. Major, big. I would go with New York. Because that's like, it's more cliche in a way, but I think that's like what would be the most shocking for him, like coming from this small town that suddenly just, whoa. Because I remember the first time I went to New York, that was the feeling. I got down from the metro or the subway, or I don't know. I remember plane, airport, train, and then I got out from Central Station, from Grand Central. It was just like, you just look up. It's like, whoa.
I know.
Yep.
It's like, whoa. I feel so tiny, you know? And also it was windy because it was like mid-March. I remember the first time I was there. And I remember like, okay, it's not that cold. And you suddenly reach the corner of the street when the buildings no longer like guard you. And you feel the... like the wind just drags you back, you know. It's like, wow. But it's such a great place. I would love to have Javier in New York City. That would be amazing.
Maybe it needs to be the sequel.
Yeah, maybe we need that.
do that, and then Ashley goes home to Boston.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a good one. We're gonna pitch that.
And now we're gonna let you pick.
Okay.
We have another version of This or That with movies.
Okay.
Would you rather do that or our regular Would You Rather questions first?
Let's do This or That.
This or That?
I love that game, yeah.
This went really well with Amy, and I think this might be a staple.
Okay.
We've already leaned into Christmas, so let's go into Christmas.
Okay.
Would you rather watch Home Alone or Elf?
Home Alone every single time. Yeah. I mean, I love Elf as well, but there's no question about that. Instant classic as well. Yeah.
Such a classic. Would you rather watch Christmas Vacation or How the Grinch Stole Christmas?
How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Also, the cartoon version of it. You remember that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, instant classic as well.
Uh-huh.
Scrooged or A Christmas Story?
Scrooged. Yeah.
Scrooged.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I love that one. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's so great.
Christmas with the Cranks or the Santa Claus?
The Santa Claus. Yeah. It's been so long since I watched that film, but that was so fun to watch as well. Oh my, yeah, well, good memories. It brings good memories back. Yeah.
We are going into Christmas in July, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
still plenty of time to watch it.
True. I can do it. I can do that. I'll look for it. I don't know if it's in any streaming platform or anything. You know,
I know
Santa
it's on
Claus.
Disney Plus.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus in the US.
Okay, great. I'll look for it.
The Holiday or Love Actually?
Ooh, very difficult one. Oh,
I think this is the hardest one.
ooh,
Yeah.
this is definitely the hardest one. Yeah. Oh my God. I mean, I have to. I have to go with Love Actually. I have to go with Love Actually, just because of that dance. That dance moment's just. I love that. I was talking about this with a friend of mine.
Mhm.
She texted me when she saw that it was premiering the Hallmark movie, and she said, "You're like 2 steps away from doing your own Love Actually." And I was like, "That's my dream come true." And she told me, "If you ever do a Christmas movie, I need you to ask for a dance scene. You need a dance scene." And I said, "I'm definitely gonna do that. If I ever do a Christmas movie, I'm gonna require a dance scene. That's all I need." Oh,
So we're
what a
going back.
great movie.
And we're going back a ways with this last one.
Okay.
It's a Wonderful Life or White Christmas?
I think I'm gonna go with A Wonderful Life. Yeah,
That's just one of the greatest films of all time.
absolutely. Absolute classic. Absolute
is.
classic.
Phenomenal. And now we'll go into the Would You Rather.
Okay.
And I'll let Kirsten go first.
Okay. Would you rather go on a vacation to the beach or to the mountains?
I'm gonna say the beach. I would go to the mountains as well, but it depends on the time of the year, I guess. But if I have to choose, I'd say the beach. Yeah.
Mhm.
Would you rather watch a rom-com or write a rom-com?
Watch or write? Difficult question. I think watch. Yeah. I'd rather enjoy it than just plug my brains out writing it. You know?
No.
It's very difficult to write. And it's very
Yeah.
difficult to write a rom-com. It's such hard work.
Would you rather do your own stunts or have a stunt double?
I do my own stunts as long as I can. I mean, of course, if it's not gonna mean that I'm gonna like delay shooting for hours because I'm very clumsy, then I'll do it. I'll try to do it. I'll try to do everything because I think it's a part of our job to just learn new stuff. I'd love to, but if of course you always need to take into account the times, you know, because normally you're like very short on time and you need to shoot quickly. So depending on that, but if not, if they give me enough time, I'll prepare for anything. I'd love to do anything. I mean, I'm not gonna go full Tom Cruise on this, but but yeah, I would love to do most of my own stunts. I'd love to do them all.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather be in a Star Wars movie or a Marvel movie?
What a difficult question as well. I think it would depend on the Marvel movie. It would depend on which Marvel character, or which Marvel universe, because there's lots of like sub-universes in Marvel universe, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, which is the same with Star Wars, you know, but
I guess the real question is, would you rather have powers or fight in space with a lightsaber?
That's oh man, it's a lifesaver. A lightsaber is just a dream come true as well, and this is very difficult. I was not ready for these type of questions. These are really difficult. I think I'm gonna say You think I'm gonna go with Marvel?
Marvel?
But not completely sure about that. No, I think I'm gonna go with Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Would you rather sing in a movie or be serenaded?
Oh, I'd rather sing. I like singing. Yeah. I would love to be serenaded as well, but I like singing.
Yeah, I think it's fun to sing.
And that is it for our Would You Rather questions.
Great.
So now we'll just go into the general questions and then we'll wrap this up.
Fantastic.
What's the first thing you go for at the crafting table?
I try to stay away from sugar. I mean, because that would be the first thing I would go for. But I've been very aware of it, because then you get like all like hyped up, and then you get the sugar low, which is not good. So this is gonna be very boring, but I usually go for fruit. That's a very boring answer, but that's the truth. I mean, I would go for like the sweets, and then I would just stop myself and go grab a banana or something. You know?
Do you want me to do it? Okay. Who was your first celebrity crush?
Who was my first celebrity crush? It's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember. Like, of course, there was this moment with Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera, but also I would say Liv Tyler was a huge. Oh no, I got her. Elizabeth Hurley. She was my first celebrity crush. If you haven't seen that movie Bedazzled with Brendan Fraser, that's one of the best comedies ever.
Yeah,
such a great film. Definitely Liz Hurley.
And that's a guy movie. that's a guy movie, and that's a guy answer.
That's a guy movie, but it was like so long ago, you know.
Oh,
I haven't watched that.
You can make it today.
Definitely, you couldn't. You would definitely not make that movie today.
Yeah.
Wedding Crashers wouldn't be made today. I think it would be like near cancellation. Yeah, Liz Hurley, definitely.
But if Seth MacFarlane can make Ted,
that's true.
That's true. That's true.
If he made it, anything goes.
I mean, anything can happen. It's just tapping on the right people, you know.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's it.
Where did you go? Here we go.
Ooh, who's some Hallmark stars you'd like to do a movie with?
Well, I'm not completely familiar with most of Hallmark stars, but I would definitely do another movie with Alison Sweeney and with Ashley Williams. Them I know. And with Ron Oliver, director, who's directed lots of Hallmark movies, I would definitely do another movie with him. Yeah. He was so fun to work with. So fun and so delicate and so such a good human being, you know, and a talented director, of course. So yeah, definitely I would repeat with all of them.
I'll take these final two, and then Kirsten will wrap us up with the last one.
Fantastic.
We're going back to a little bit of Christmas.
Okay.
This brings everybody back to a little bit of like a childhood state of mind and reminiscing. What is your favorite Christmas present you ever got?
Ooh, favorite Christmas present I ever got. I remember very clearly because it was gifted to me and my two brothers at the same time, because it was like a big box and it was for the three of us, and it was like Nintendo N64. So we go way back, right? But yeah, and I remember that. I remember everything about that night, like very clearly, because I got up like really early, like it was like 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, and just watched under the tree and saw if there were any presents, and I went and like I woke up my brother, and we went. It was freezing cold, but we went down there and we waited for my other brother to wake up because we had to open it up, like the three of us, because it was for the three of us, and it was just like the best feeling. And I have good memories with that N64. I mean, I haven't played video games in like 15 years, but that would be my console, you know.
And is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Yes or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why, but yeah.
I mean, there's Christmas songs.
Of
He's
course.
at a Christmas party.
You've got Alan Rickman. Yeah.
There's a lot of non-Hallmark words we can't say on here. So.
It's a non-Hallmark Christmas movie, but it's a Christmas movie indeed. Yeah.
Exactly. All right.
And what are 3 things that keep your heart full?
3 things that keep my heart full. Just spending time with my family and friends. That would be the first one. Family, friends, girlfriend, like the people I love, people that love me. That would be the first and most important one. Nature keeps my heart full as well. Like animals, or just being at the beach or in the mountains or in the forest, or just nature in general. And laughing. I think that would be my third answer. Laughing, which is like laughter just fills me up.
Yeah.
And I hope we helped with that.
Yeah, of course you did. It was really fun. It was a very, very fun interview. Thank you so much. Yeah, and congratulations again for the 1-year anniversary. I hope there are many more to come.
I'm sure there will be. We are inseparable now.
Absolutely. I can tell.
And finally, where can we find all of us on social media? We'll let Miguel go first.
Okay, you can find me on Instagram at Miguel Brocca. That's with double C, just like my name, Miguel Brocca. That would be me.
And you can find me on Instagram. It's Kiers_Hendershot. And then on our joint Hallmark page, Heartful of Hallmark.
You can find me on Instagram, Noah.Kaser, and the Heartful of Hallmark page, as well as my other channel, which is just my name, Noah Kaser. A lot more to come. Stay tuned. And as always, like and subscribe for more. Most importantly, keep your heart full of Hallmark.